Do you remember that one horrific scene in Game of Thrones? The one where sweet little Shireen Baretheon was burned alive, tied to a stake, crying, screaming, calling out for her parents, while her own father Stannis Baratheon just stood there like a clown and watching her burned. And that red witch Melisandre stood close by, her eyes glowing with the firelight, whispering her prayers to the Lord of Light. And that scene was a pure nightmare fuel. And every single one of us, me, you, everyone, we just wanted to jump right inside through the damn screen and stop it. I mean, how could a father stand there while his own child burned, like he was stand there like a statue? And if you forget that, why Stannis allowed Melisandre to do that heinous thing, let me remind you. Actually, Melisandre told him about the prophecy that the Lord of Light demanded a great sacrifice. She said, if he burned his daughter, the snow would melt, the path would open, and he would fulfill his destiny. The chosen one, who would have saved the realm from darkness. According to her, only king's blood can wake the fire god. Basically, she told him, you want to win, you gotta burn what you love the most. And that idiot actually believed her. But here's where things get interesting and honestly shocking, because in George R.R. Martin's book, this scene never happened. Shireen Baretheon is still alive. She was never burned, not even close. In the books, Shireen is at Castle Black along with her mother Celise and yes, Melisandre herself. But this time, Melisandre isn't the monster we saw in the show. She's different. She actually protects Shireen. She keeps her close, teaches her, and even defends her. In fact, she's not even that obsessed with Stannis anymore. Her attention is shifting towards someone else, and that is Jon Snow. Now, how did they end up at Castle Black? Well, after the chaos in the south, Stannis marched his army north to Winterfell to fight the Boltons. But he left his wife, daughter, and Melisandre behind at the wall. The journey was harsh, and he didn't want them to caught in the storm. So now, Shireen, Celise, and Melisandre live under the shadow of the wall. Stannis is far away, knee-deep in snow, trying to conquer Winterfell. His army half-starved, surrounded by blizzards. Meanwhile, Melisandre stayed back at Castle Black, studying her fires, watching her visions, seeing a glimpse of snow, blood, and death. And if you think about it, this setup alone already changes everything. Because that means Shireen's burning, if it happens, can't be like the show. But here's the twist. George R.R. Martin himself confirmed that yes, in the books, Shireen will eventually be burned, but not the how we saw on the show. The place, the reason, and the person responsible might be completely different. So what could actually happen? Well, I have dug deep into the books and the fan theories, and trust me, some of them are absolutely wild. Let's go through them one by one. So the first theory is the rebirth theory, the most popular one. At the end of a dance with dragons, Jon Snow is stabbed to death by his own brothers of the Night Watch. He is bleeding in the snow, dying, and who is there at Castle Black? That is Melisandre. She already been having vision of him. In fact, she says in the books, I pray for Azor Ahai to show himself. I see him in my fires. All I see is snow. She doesn't realize it yet. She's talking about Jon Snow. So imagine, Stannis is gone. Melisandre, desperate to fulfill prophecy, sees Jon's death and believes she must bring him back. But to do that, she needs king's blood. And the only king's blood left near her is Shireen's. So she burned her not to win a war, but to resurrect Jon Snow. That's dark as hell, but it fits perfectly into Martin's twisted logic. Theory number 2. The grayscale curse theory. We all know Shireen had grayscale as a child. In the show, it looked harmless, but in the books, that disease is terrifying, contagious, slow, and incurable. Now imagine, one day people at Castle Black start panicking that Shireen's disease might spread. Rumors fear tension, the perfect ingredient for tragedy. Maybe her mother, Celise, scared and blinded by faith, listened to Melisandre's whispers and believes that burning Shireen will purify her, so they do it. Not for prophecy, not for glory, just fear. And honestly, that's exactly the kind of dark human tragedy Martin loves to write. Theory number 3. The White Walker Invasion. Now this one feels epic. Imagine this. The wall is breaking, the dead are marching, and Winter Fury is solving everything. Melisandre sees fire as the only answer to the cold, the only way to hold back death. So she sacrifices Shireen as a last resort. Maybe it's to light some ancient magic, awaken a sleeping dragon, or create some wall of fire. It's brutal, yes, but it's fit the larger theme. Fire against ice, sacrifice for survival. Theory number 4. Celeste's fanatic madness. This one's painful. Celeste never treated her daughter with love. She was cold, dismissive, obsessed with the Lord of Light. Now imagine Stannis is gone, maybe dead, and Melisandre away or occupied. Celeste breaks down completely. Her faith consumes her. She convinces herself that her daughter's sacrifice is what the Lord of Light demands. So she does it. She orders her men, maybe even lights the fire herself. That's tragedy on another level. A mother killing her own daughter in blind devotion. Theory number 5 and my favorite one. The prophecy misread. This one's wild and it could change everything. What if Melisandre been reading her prophecy wrong all along? What if the king's blood the Lord of the Light demanded wasn't Shireen but someone else? Maybe she tries to burn Shireen and something interrupts it. Maybe Jon resurrects middle ritual, or the fire itself rejects her when Melisandre realizing she is being wrong the entire time. Because let's face it, Martin loves irony. And having Melisandre realize her god never wanted this sacrifice, that will be pure Martin level heartbreak. And now here one more theory. Some fans whisper a softer one, the false sacrifice theory. What if Shireen's death is faked? What if Melisandre hides her, make it looks like she was burned, but actually save her to protect her from Celeste or Stannis followers? It's far-fetched, sure, but in Martin's world, anything is possible. So yes, the show didn't just rush that storyline, it flipped it. But one thing certain, when George R.R. Martin finally released the Winds of Winter, this scene is going to hurt 10 times more. Because when it happens in the books, it won't just be for a shock value. It will mean something. It will break us in a way that the show couldn't. So what do you think? Which of these theories feels most real to you? Do you think Melisandre will actually burn Shireen to bring Jon back? Tell me your thoughts in the comments and follow me for the more such contents.